Sinahi magazine for the blind.
Let's begin now. So today we'll be taking the English subject personal pronouns. We'll see also the verb to be. Okay, we'll look at the verb to be, how it changes with these or with different personal pronouns, and the positive and negative forms of the verb to be. I mean, how the verb to be is contracted in its negative and positive forms. Okay, we'll begin with the personal pronouns, but in fact we have two types of pronouns in English. We have subject personal pronouns, I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they, and we have the other type, which is called the object personal pronouns, me, you, her, and we are not concerned with this in this lesson. Okay, today we'll focus on the subject personal pronouns, and we'll do the object personal pronouns in another lesson, inshallah. Okay, so personal pronouns represent a person or a thing. This is Jane. She's our new neighbor. Okay, this is Jane. She's our new neighbor. Notice here that the personal pronoun she replaces the name of a person, replaces Jane, which is a female. Okay, this is the book I told you about. It's really useful. In this example, it replaces a thing, book. Okay, so personal pronouns are words that replace the name of a person or a thing. We'll now look at the personal pronouns, the subject personal pronouns, a little bit in more detail. Okay? And we'll start with the first person singular, I. Singular means one, okay? And plural, more than one. And we have only one person. When we are talking about one person, this is singular. When we're talking about more than one person, two and more, this is plural. I is the first person singular, and it can be male or female. Okay, it can be a boy or a girl. Then the second person singular, you, and this also can be male or female. And the third person singular, he, and this is for male, okay, for male only. We use it for boys, for men only, okay, he. And then comes she for female, it, which is neuter. Neuter means neither male nor female, because we use it with things and animals. And things and animals, we can't tell if a thing is male or female. But we have some exceptions, and we'll look at these exceptions a bit later. Okay? We'll look at these exceptions in a bit. Then we have the first person plural, we. We use it again for both male and female. You is the second person plural, male and female. It is used for male and female. And they is the last third person plural, and it is used for male, female, and neuter. It can be male, female, and neuter. Male, female, if we are talking about people, persons, and the neuter if we are talking about things and animals. Is it okay up to now? I'll give you examples to make things clear.
Okay, teacher.
Okay. So let's look at the exceptions. I said earlier that he is for male and she for female. And this is when we are 100% sure that the person we are talking about is either a man or a woman. She's good at English. Okay, I'll give you an example. I'm not sure if the person I'm talking about is a man or a woman. Here we have a choice of 3 possibilities. We have an option of 3 solutions. Number 1, we can say, for example, if, for example, a doctor, we don't know if a doctor is a man or a woman, so I can say, go and see a doctor. He or she will help. Some person came to you and said, well, I'm having a horrible toothache. You can recommend to him to go and see a doctor, but you don't know if the doctor is a guy or a lady, a man or a woman. In this case, you can say, go and see a doctor. He or she will help. He or she, we don't say he or she, he only, sorry, and we don't say she only because we are not yet sure. We are not sure if the doctor is a woman or a man. So if we are not sure if a doctor, a man or a woman, in this case we can take this option and say, go and see a doctor. He or she will help. Second option, second choice, second solution, we say, we can pretend that the doctor is a man. And we say, go and see a doctor. He will help. In this case, we take one or the other. Okay? Go and see a doctor. He will help. Go and see a doctor. She will help. So we take one or the other. The third option, the third solution, is to use the third person plural, they. Okay? And we say, go and see a doctor. They will help. The 3 are correct. And most of the time you will hear people use the third option, they. Is it okay up to now? Do you have any questions?
Okay, clear.
It's okay.
Okay, it's clear.
Okay, teacher.
Okay.
Good. Now let's look at the exceptions concerning the person, the third person singular, it. Okay, we said we use it with things and animals, with singular things and animals, with the thing or an animal. With animals, okay, with most animals, we use the third person it. For example, look at the cow. It's eating the grass. But we have an exception here. If the animal is a family pet, it lives with you in the house, okay? You have it in your house. It's a pet. Here, if the animal is a female animal, we use she. And if it is a male animal, we use he. For example, where's Lily? She's in the kitchen. Okay, Lily. And we gave, by the way, family pets, we give family pets names. Okay, we give them names. We don't say it. It is correct, but it is most appropriate to use he and she with family pets. Is that
صوتك كان قطع.
okay? I'll repeat this point. We don't use the third person it if we are talking about family pets. This means the animals that live with us in the house. Okay, we use he with a family pet if the animal a male, sorry, and we use she if the animal is a female. We use he instead of it if the animal is a male, and we use she instead of it if the animal is a female. It becomes part of the family. This pet, this animal becomes part of the family, and therefore we use he if it is a male pet, and she if it is a female animal. Is it okay now?
Okay.
Yes, okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. Okay. Then we have another exception with it. We say that we use it with singular animals and things, okay? But with ships, do you know what do we mean by ships? Like the Titanic. The Titanic was a British ship. With ships, I mean ships are female. In English, ships are female. When we speak about a ship, we don't say it. We say she, because in English, ships are female, and this is one of the very few things that has a gender in English. Okay. So, example, the Titanic was a British ship. She sank in 1912. We don't say it. Is that clear?
Okay.
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay, teacher.
Good. There's another use for the third person singular it, and this is to identify somebody. Who is this on the picture? We say it's Brad Pitt, for example. We don't say he is because we are not introducing him, but we are identifying him. It's Brad Pitt. Okay? Do you know who Brad Pitt is? He's an American Hollywood actor. Okay? We use it also when we are talking on the phone. For example, hello, Mom, it's me. Okay? As I said, we use it when we are talking on the phone, when we are making a phone call, and we don't say, for example, hello, Mom, I am Ruqayya. Now we say, hello, Mom, it's Ruqayya, or it's me, Ruqayya. Hello, Mom, it's me, David. Hello, Mom, it's David. You don't say, I am David, okay? It is also used to describe the weather, temperature, time, and distance. For example, it's hot outside. It's raining. This is to describe the weather. Temperature, it's 35 Celsius. Okay. Time, to describe time, for example, it's 9 o'clock. And to describe distance, it's 30 miles to Oxford. It's 30 miles to Oxford. Is that okay?
Okay.
Any
Okay.
questions up to now?
Okay.
Don't have.
And the last use for the pronoun, the third person singular, it, we also use it to make general comments. For example, it's great here. It's great here. It's horrible. It's important to eat healthy food. Okay. For example, you are in the UK and you like everything about it. You can say, it's great here. This means it's great to be in the UK. Use the third person singular to make general comments. Okay? It's important to eat healthy food. It's a general comment too. That's it. Let me make a short summary of the subject personal pronouns. We said we have the first person singular I, and it can be male and female. You also can be male and female, is the second person singular. The third person singular is he, and this is for for male only, and she for female only. And it is the third person singular, and it's neuter, neither female nor male. Okay. Then we have the first person plural we, and it is used for both male and female. You is the second person plural for both also male and female, and they is the third person plural, and it can be male, for male, female, and it is also neuter. Okay, it can be for male or for female, or it can be neuter. Okay, when we are talking about things. Any questions? Moving on then, now to the verb to be. Okay, verb to be are, and how it changes its form with different personal pronouns. Let's begin with the first person, how the verb to be changes, with the first person singular. I, be becomes am. Okay, I am. Then you with you. We have are with he, she, and it. Be becomes is. With we, you, and they, be becomes are. Okay, so the different is am. Let's look at the contractions of the verb to be in the positive and and the negative contractions of the verb to be, because when we write the verb to be, it's not the same. Okay, it's not the same way we write it as when we speak. In speech, we make some reductions, okay, for fluency purposes and in order to be quick. You will understand what do we mean by contractions, abbreviations, or reductions. You will understand. Listen to me carefully. Contractions, reductions, and abbreviations. They are all the same. Let's begin with the positive contractions. I am becomes I'm. I'm your teacher. Don't say, when we speak in English, we don't say, I am a teacher. So we say, I'm. I am, I'm. I'm your teacher. You are becomes your, and you put or you place an apostrophe between you, Y-O-U, the pronoun you, and the verb are, A-R-E. I mean, it is written down like this: Y-O-U apostrophe R-E. You drop the letter A and put instead of it the apostrophe, and it is pronounced your. Instead of saying you are my students, you're my students. He is becomes his. Instead of saying he is island, his island. His island. He is island, his island. She is she's. She's Sumaya instead of she is Sumaya. She's Sumaya. It is it's my house instead of it is my house. And we are, for example, we are friends becomes we're. We are changes to we're friends. We're friends, not we are friends. We are when we write, but we say it when we are speaking English, when we are using English for communicating, okay, for speaking. And you are, it's the same as the singular form, you're American, okay? And they are becomes their. They are becomes their. People when they speak, I mean native speakers, when they speak, they don't say they are Brazilian. They say they're Brazilian. They're from Brazil, okay? They're from Italy. They don't say they are from Italy. No, they say they're from Italy. Is this clear? Yeah.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat يعني الاختصارات?
So the positive contractions of the verb to be are with I am is the full complete form. It becomes I'm. You are becomes your. He is becomes his. She is becomes she's. It is becomes its. We are becomes we're. Pay attention to the pronunciation. We're. You are becomes your, and they are becomes their. Is it okay? This is the negative contraction of the verb to be, and in fact you will hear people use contractions a lot because it's quicker and it helps people sound more natural. Now we move to see how the verb to be is contracted in the negative form. We saw the positive form. Now let's deal with the negative, form. We have the full complete form. I am not. It becomes I am not. I'm not. Okay. This one has only one alternative, one option, but with the others, okay, the other pronouns, the other coming ones, okay, we have another alternative version. Okay, we'll see that. I said, I am not. This is the only way how to say it. I am not. I am not. This is the only possibility that we have. I am not. But with you are, he is, she is, it is, we are, you are, they are, we have another alternative version. We'll see that. You are not, this is the complete version, the complete form. It becomes, sorry, you're not, or you aren't. You aren't. In the second one, it is the not part that gets the apostrophe. Okay, we have two possibilities, either whether we say you're not or we aren't. We aren't. Okay, then we have he is, the full complete form. Sorry, he is not, because we are dealing with the negative form. He is not, this is the full complete form. It becomes he isn't or he's not. He's not or he isn't. She is not, the same. She's not or she isn't. And it is not becomes it's not or it isn't. It's not or it isn't. Then we come to we are not. We are not becomes we're not or we aren't. You are not, again, it's the same. You're not or you aren't. And they are not becomes they're not, they're like the positive form, but we add not because it's negative. Okay, they're not or they aren't. So for the negative contraction of the verb to be, we have two possibilities, okay, for most of the verb to be, except with I am not. I am not, we have only one way to say it, okay, but with the rest there are another alternative version. Either you can keep the positive form as it is, and then you add the word not of negation to it. So you're not, he's not. Okay, you notice that we are keeping the positive form. The positive, it's like when we contracted the verb to be in the positive form, but we add in the negative form, we add not.
Okay, teacher.
Okay.
Okay, good.
واضح كلش واضح.
So, okay. We have a non-standard version for the verb to be in the negative form. Okay, you might hear people say ain't. She ain't going to the cinema, to mean she's not going to the cinema. People would use it in casual speech. Okay, and it's quite useful really because it's easier to use. It's the same with all pronouns. It doesn't change. We say, I ain't going to the cinema to refer to myself. He ain't going to the cinema to refer to somebody. Okay? Or we ain't. Okay? So it's I ain't, which means I'm not. You ain't. You aren't. He ain't. He isn't. She ain't. She isn't. Okay? We ain't. We aren't, or we're not. You ain't, the same. You're not. And they ain't. They aren't. It is used a lot in casual speech. If you are in the UK and you are watching TV or listening to the radio or watching some film, you might hear this expression used a lot. Okay, but it's not formal, it's not standard. Some people would call it bad grammar. but still we use it in casual speech. In formal speech, in a more formal situation, we don't use this ain't. It's not correct to be used in a formal situation. You would be considered rude, okay, if you use ain't in a formal situation. And they also use use the contractions a lot in formal situations. People would rather use the complete form. They don't say, for example, I'm not coming, I'm not, or she's not coming. They would rather say she is not coming, she is not coming, the full complete form, okay, to show respect. Is that okay?
Okay, teacher.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to go back to the pronouns, but just to make some notes, I forgot to tell you something, that in English we don't have different pronouns for formal and informal situations. We use you in all situations, in both formal and informal situations. If we are talking about a little boy, we use, or if we are talking to a little boy, we use you. If we are talking to the president, we use you. We always use you, the pronoun you. But if we want, or if you want to make the situation a little bit less formal, you can tell the person you are conversing with, you are talking to, just call me by my first name, or just call me okay? On the other hand, if I want to make the situation sound more formal, I can place the words Mr., Miss, Mrs., or Ms. before the person's surname. For example, Mr. Johnson, Mrs. Brown, Miss Brown, or Ms. Brown. Is it okay? And I explained that, but I will repeat it again. Mr., we use it, of course, with man. Miss, we use it with a non-married lady, a single woman. Mrs. with a married woman. And Ms. if we don't know if the woman we are talking to is married or not, or single. Is it okay?
Okay, teacher.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's it. That's all. If you don't have any questions, then see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
I don't have any questions.
I don't have any questions.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Sinahi Magazine for the Blind.